Stop paying for EIN numbers. I assure you that you can get those for free at the irs.gov. A lot of people are charging for EIN numbers, and if you see that, then you ought to automatically understand that you are being taken advantage of. Not that some of these people can't provide you some level of value, but paying for an EIN number is definitely something that is not worthy of you making an investment in. Why do I say this? Well, I was saying this previous to now, but be mindful of this, especially if you're paying for EIN or thought about paying for EIN, or if you're even selling EINs, because this can be a big deal in this area. So the FTC warns operators of websites that charge for an employee identification number and claim affiliation with the IRS. Now, I know they say claim affiliation with the IRS, and a person who's selling it may not necessarily claim affiliation with the IRS, but selling an EIN is something that you can get in little to no time, free of charge, for pennies, just by submitting the right information, going through the irs.gov. You can do a simple search, irs.gov free EIN, and you'll be able to get an EIN based on the information you submit. So it says that sites may trick consumers into thinking they are or are affiliated with the IRS when they are not. So some people are claiming to be a part of the IRS or affiliated with the IRS, and they are not. But I'm speaking overall about the EIN numbers and paying for the EIN numbers that you can access free of charge. Now, of course, you need education to go along with how to utilize the EIN, and you utilize it like you would a social security number, or you can connect it to, LLC. You can get a bank account using the EIN. So it's different things that come along with it that may require additional education. But paying for the EIN alone is something you don't want to do. So the FTC, they basically sent letters to operators of websites that sell employee identification numbers, filing and delivery services, warning that some of their practices may violate FTC Act and the impersonation rule, which prohibit posing as or misrepresenting affiliation with a government agency. According to the letters, these services charge consumers up to $300 per EIN, even though consumers can obtain EINs for free directly from the IRS website. As I stated, impersonating the government is unlawful, period, said Chris, the director of the Bureau of Consumer Protection, and the FCC is warning businesses that sell services the government provides to review their websites and advertisement for symbols and words that mislead consumers. Be very mindful. EINs are a type of corporate identifier similar to a social security number, which I stated as well. Consumers need EINs for a variety of reasons, including opening a business, opening estates upon the death of a loved one or family member, opening a nonprofit organization, hiring a household employee such as a nanny. According to consumer complaints, some of the practices that EIN filing and delivery services use to imply an affiliation with the IRS include: they may use seals, logos, imagery, layouts, formatting, color, and fonts similar to the IRS on their website and in ads that lead to their website. Even the color usage is what they're considered to be looking as though they have an affiliation with the IRS. So this is key and critical. Using the acronym IRS in their domain names. Wow. Prominently displaying the terms IRS or EIN assistant, the name the IRS uses for its free EIN application tool. So they're using EIN assistant when IRS using that same terminology, so it can be a lot misleading. Failing to clearly and conspicuously disclose that their websites are not the IRS's site nor a government website. So if they're not mentioning those things, then it can be some deceit involved. Consumers also say that the EIN filing and delivery services website do not adequately disclose that the several $100s they charge are entirely service fees, because the IRS provides EINs for free. So they're only charging for the services, not for the EIN itself, because the IRS is doing the providing of the EIN. So anything else is just a service fee, and they're not disclosing that fact. And if they're not disclosing that fact, then it could be a bit misleading and put them in positions that they don't want to be against them from a business standpoint, but also affect you, the consumer, who just didn't know. Because lack of knowledge is what people to capitalize on. And when they capitalize off your lack of knowledge, they make a ton of money, but they oftentimes do you a disservice when this is available at no cost. The letters note that violations of the FTC Act and the impersonation rule may result in legal action. In addition, companies or individuals violating the impersonation rule can face civil penalties up to $53,000 per violation and may be required to provide refunds to defrauded consumers. Finally, the letters state that while the commission is not suggesting recipients have broken the law, they should conduct a comprehensive review of their marketing and advertising practices, including paid or other online ads, as well as representation made on their website, social media, or in other promotional materials to ensure they are complying with the law. Now, this is what you got to understand. They said that some people may not be violating the law, but understanding that the EIN is free, it easily should be publicized that, hey, the EIN is free. You're not paying for that. What you're paying for is the service of me educating you how to go about using it, how to maximize your tax deductions by having a business or operating under the EIN that you can leverage and create a business account, LLC, open your account so you can separate your personal expenses from your business expenses. These are the type of lingos to consider in this situation. Of course, that's not what we do. We help people restore their credit, take full control of their cash flow, and understand tax deductions that come from being a sole proprietorship, even if you just have a social security number. But I had to share this because a lot of people have been taken advantage of. And if you're being taken advantage of in this area, the best thing that we can do is just make you aware, or make you aware so you can make someone else aware in the event that they are likely paying for EIN that has already been provided free of charge. Yes, there are benefits to using any number that could position you to make some form of revenue, get some form of tax deduction, solve someone's problem. Because ultimately, businesses exist to solve problems. Whether you're opening a restaurant, you're solving a problem of hunger for that person. And sometimes, of course, the experience itself, but it's still solving a problem of boredom if the experience is what a person is seeking. If entertainment is what a person is seeking, it's solving a problem. So having a business, conducting a business, running a business is beauty in it and benefits to that. So I'm not here to knock business in general, because I'm in business and I understand that capitalism is a key to helping people be self-sufficient, but also empower others and solve problems and be innovative in the world where innovation is what moves humanity forward in many cases. But taking advantage of people using something like the EIN and selling it when it's available for free, but not charging or providing the right education to go along with it, that's where the disservice kicks in. If you want access to our free credit class, you can click the link available down below, and then you'll be able to access other things that can help you take your credit, cash flow, finances to the next level. I just wanted to share this because the FTC is cracking down, and $53,000 fine is not something a person is wanting to pay just by not disclosing the fact that the EIN is being provided for free and they're not affiliated with the IRS. Nobody wants to pay civil penalties of up to $53,088 per violation. Take heed, take advantage, salute, share this with somebody who you feel may benefit. Mr. Smith signing out.